Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Daily Yoga Tips for Beginners, where I share beginner tips that will help you start your yoga journey. So, we're continuing building on the foundations of your yoga practice with tip number 4, where we talk about setting or choosing a time to practice. And this one is really what is going to work for you. Is it morning, evening, maybe on your lunch break? What works best for you? I personally like to practice 2 times a day, so I like to do a morning practice and an evening practice if I can fit it in. I promise you it doesn't always happen, and if it doesn't happen, guess what? It's okay because it's your practice. So don't worry about it if you miss it. But if you're really working to create a routine and you want to have something that you do on a daily basis, or whatever you work out 3 days a week, however you want to make your schedule, it's really important to focus on consistency. Finding a consistent time of day to practice that you know that you can come back to every day. You can set time aside. So if you find that as soon as you wake up in the morning, the first thing before you drink your coffee or tea or have your breakfast, if you find that that is an ideal time for you to even get in a 10-minute practice, it doesn't have to be long. But if you want to start your morning like me with a 10 to 15 minute practice, first thing in the morning may be perfect for you. And then you just want to make sure that you're setting up that consistent schedule. So if you set that intention to, say, practice Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then maybe set an alarm for those days at the same time every morning as a gentle reminder that it's time for you. It's time for you to take time for you and squeeze in that practice. And now we'll get into this more on future dates, but your yoga practice can simply be you coming to your mat and sitting in silence for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be the asanas every single time. Now, some of you may be the type that want that pickup in the middle of the day. Maybe you work in an office setting and you're sitting at a desk all day. So during your lunchtime is an ideal time for you to squeeze in, again, that 10, 15, maybe 20-minute practice, completely up to you. Then again, during your lunch break, set an alarm and work to make that a consistent daily routine for you. And remember, what is it? It takes 28 days to set a routine, to make something consistent. So try to keep at it for at least a month. Keep that routine and see if it works for you. And then if you find, if after a month or a couple weeks that time of day doesn't work for you, switch it up. Now, for others that may have a very stressful day, very busy days, just a lot of things that get put on our minds during the day, and we have trouble winding down in the evening, you can set your time for practice to be right before bed. Maybe you've showered, you've put the kids to bed. Maybe you don't have any kids and you've let the dogs out, or you've taken care of your cats for the night, whatever it may be, and you're ready to have that wind down, to lower the volume of your thoughts in your mind and to prepare your mind and body to go to sleep for the night, then that is a perfect time to do an evening practice. And again, why I like to squeeze in that evening practice as I can, or when I can. And lately I've been on this kick of doing it about 9:30, 10 o'clock, or right before I'm about to go to bed. And let me tell you, it has been beautiful for my sleep. So if you want to see how that goes, give it a try and see if that evening workout works for you. But at the end of the day, it's completely up to you. It's really just about making a consistent space of time to where you can work on your practice. Set that alarm, that gentle reminder. It doesn't have to be anything that startles you or causes any sort of stress or dread or even pressure to practice, because again, it's your practice. No pressure. But give those tips a try. Let me know what you think. So that wraps it up for tip number 4. Come back tomorrow where we go over our breath. So we're really starting to get into the fun part of our yoga practice. Now that we've set up our space, whether it's as elaborate or simple as you want it to be, we've located our foundation. So maybe it's a mat, maybe it's a blanket, maybe it's your bare floor. Everything's perfectly okay. And now you know what you may want to practice in or not practice in. So we'll get into discussing our breath and how to implement that into our yoga practice and our yoga journey. So again, join me tomorrow for tip number 5. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know how your journey is going. Seriously, guys, I want to know. How's it working out for you? And then, again, don't forget to follow my page, subscribe to my channel, whichever way you found me. That way you can keep up on our daily tips that come out over the next 28 days to let you get started on your yoga journey. Until next time, namaste.